Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and as you can tell, my voice is starting to go. Might have to get the in-game announcer tomorrow, but we'll try to get through today. I also misremembered we do not have an off day tomorrow. We go straight to Atlanta and then have an off day after that series before we go on to, I think it's New York, to play the Mets. But before any of that, we've got to finish off this series with Cincinnati. Had a tight 1-0 game yesterday. We got Graves on the mound to start things off. And here shortly, Shao should be getting into the batter's box. First pitch is a curveball for strike one. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Well, strong start to the game for Graves. Brings Norris Hopper to the plate. Maybe I should have done the in-game announcer today. My voice is barely holding together. Hopper with an 0-2 count. There's a swing and a miss. 2 down. Here's Derek Lee. After Graves starts off with back-to-back strikeouts. First pitch is in there for a strike. Another called strike to make it 0-2. That slider in the dirt. Derek Lee does not chase it. Doesn't chase that pitch either. It's now a 2-2 count. That's going to go into left field, and it will get over Joey's head for the first hit of the game. So here comes Adam Dunn, who had the bat taken out of his hands at the end of yesterday's game. But the Reds could have very easily gone out ahead. It's got a 1-1 count to start off today's action. Looks at strike two. Grounds this one to Terry, who will step on first himself. Reds with a hit but no runs. Kester will lead things off for Indianapolis in the bottom half of the inning. Reds look to have the same lineup they've been using all year. Ricky Nolasco's on the mound. And here is Kester to lead things off. First pitch is in there for a strike. And that fastball is too low. Called strike up in the zone. That one right down the middle. Kester didn't offer it anything. One away. Here's Marvin. He will bat left-handed. Looks at strike one. Line drive up the middle. That'll be the first Squirrels hit of the day. And it'll bring Chief to the plate. Average back up to 397. He may get it back to 400 over the next week or two. Fouled away. Makes it 0-2. Oh, that almost hits him. Velasco puts in a fastball that gets hit through the right side of the infield. Marvin stops on second, so runners on first and second for Terry with just the one out. First pitch, a very hittable fastball, but Terry did not pull the trigger. He does here, but comes up empty. 0-2. Hits this one. Will it be deep enough? No. Ibar, made the catch. Both runners assumed it was already a hit, so Marvin was easy pickings at second. So the Squirrels with 2 hits but no runs. We go into the second inning where Edwin Encarnacion will lead things off. First pitch, a slider for strike. There's a Another called strike. This is out into left field, and that will get down for a leadoff single. Here's Brandon Phillips, who had a little bit of a rough day yesterday. Had some chances to drive in some runs and did not do it. Grounds this one. This could be a double play. Will Kester get it there in time? No. So runner on first with one out now for Eric Ibar. Phillips takes off. He will be thrown out and also seems to hurt himself sliding into the base. So that might be it for Phillips today. Find out here in a moment. Eric Ibar swung and missed at that pitch, so I think we had a failed hit and run. And looks at strike two. The ground ball to Joey. He has to charge it, but he'll get it there in time. So no scores. We go to the bottom of the second. Frank is going to lead things off. And we will see here momentarily if Phillips comes back out. He will not. So that's going to bring Perez out to play second base. He was their starting shortstop last year. All right, Frank at the plate then, looks at strike one. That changeup bounces in. Fouled away. That'll make it 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. One away. Here's Tom. First pitch is a curveball for a strike. Well, chases a high fastball to make it 0-2. Lines this through the left side of the infield for a one-out single. That will bring Zach to the plate. First pitch is fouled away. Got a hit and run. Throw goes to first, so it works out like a sacrifice bunt. Won't go down that way, but gets Joey to the plate with the runner in scoring position. Joey has been hot lately. He will get it through the right side of the infield. Here comes Tom. Here comes the throw. Tom is in there safely, and Joey will go ahead and take second on that throw home. So that puts Graves at the plate with the runner in scoring position, still with two outs. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. That ends the second inning, but the Squirrels go ahead, I think the same way they did yesterday at the bottom of the second, and that was the only run scored all day. David Ross is going to come to the plate for Cincinnati to open the third inning.
Number 26, David Ross, catcher.
He will ground this to third. Chief on over to first. One away. So here's Ricky Nolasco at the plate. Got pretty good numbers for a pitcher. Looks at strike one. Pitch misses. I'm not exactly sure where. Low, I guess. Fastball's in there for a strike. That makes it 1-2. Called strike three at the knees. Two away, back to the top of the order for the Reds. Schau struck out in his first at bat, one of three. Graves got the first time through the Reds order. Schau is currently down 0-2 at this at bat and fouls it back, so he will get to see another pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Well, we go to the bottom of the third. Squirrels still leading 1-0, and they are back to the top of their order. Nolasco also struck out three Squirrels the first time through their order. Kester was one of them, but he will come up with a leadoff single in this at-bat off the first pitch, and that brings Marvin to the plate, who got a base hit in his first at-bat. Kester makes it to second safely. I think that was another failed hit and run, but didn't fail that badly. Kester's able to swipe second. Marvin strikes out swinging. That will be the first out of the inning. So that'll bring Chief to the plate. Got a base hit in his first at bat. As he watches that pitch drift up and in, and that one up and out. High fastball for strike one. Chief, will this stay fair? It does. It goes right around the foul pole, right down the left field line. His 6th home run of the year, 478 feet away. It was definitely not a question of whether it was going over the fence, just whether it was going to stay fair. It makes it a 3-0 ball game and brings Terry to the plate. He looks at strike one. One just misses a bit outside. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. Ground ball over to short. Ibar will take care of that, although it ended up being closer at first than I thought. Close enough we got a replay. Oh, it wasn't that close, actually. Got it by almost a full step. Still, for what seemed to be routine. Anyway, 2 outs, nobody on base. Frank will look at strike one. He ground out, I think, in his first at bat. He's got an 0-2 count at the moment. He will ground this one to third, and that should end the inning. We go to the 4th. Hopper's going to lead things off for the Reds. The Squirrels now leading 3-0. Hopper struck out at his first at-bat. He's going to come up with a base hit in this one. A leadoff single to try to get the Reds back in this game. Derek Lee did get a base hit his first time up. Sorry, my voice is going quick. Plan on hearing the in-game announcer tomorrow. Lee puts this out into left field, and that will drop in for another base hit. So the Reds put their first 2 runners on for Adam Dunn, who could tie this up in a hurry. Graves starts him off the slider for strike one. Blows a fastball by for strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's a big strikeout, but not out of the woods yet. Here's Edwin Encarnacion. As he looks at a backdoor curve for strike one. This is blooped to, well, I think it was blooped to third, but Chief didn't catch it in the air. Joey had to pick it up and went to second to try for the double play, though I guess he couldn't have gone to third with it because Chief was busy trying to catch that. So here's Thomas Perez, his first at bat as he came in to replace Phillips, who hurt himself sliding into second. It's got an 0-2 count. Graves goes to the curveball. He gets a weak grounder to third. That will end the inning. Reds threaten but do not score. 3-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom of the 4th, where Tom will start things off. Tom got a base hit his first time up. He's got an 0-2 count to start things off here. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down, here is Zach. Ground out at his first at-bat. So he will look at strike one. Hits this one in the air to left. I don't think Dunn's got a chance of catching it. But it was a foul ball, so no harm done, really. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 away. Here's Joey. Credited with a double. Not sure he really should be, but it was definitely an RBI. As he looks at strike one. Swing and a miss. That'll make it a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's it for the 4th. We'll move on to the 5th inning. Squirrels leading 3-0. Cincinnati will start off with Ibar at the plate. First pitch from Graves is in there for a strike. Grounds this one off to Kester for the first out of the inning. Here's David Ross. He struck, or no, he didn't. He ground out in his first at bat. Watches that pitch bounce in. Second pitch misses as well. There's a called strike. Backdoor curve for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down. Here's Nolasco at the plate. Struck out his first time up. He'll look at strike 1 here. Pops this one up in foul ground. Tom giving chase but can't catch up to it. It's an 0-2 count. So he bloops this one towards second. Kester makes the catch. Graves is going to lead it off for the Squirrels in the bottom half of the 5th, where they lead 3-0. Graves struck out in his first at-bat, and he'll take a ball to start off this one. That misses outside as well. That pitch is too low. It's a 3-0 count. Line drive, but it's not going to get over Perez's head. One down, back to Kester. He is 1 for 2 on the day. As he looks at a ball in the dirt. Changeup misses outside. And there's a called strike. Hits this one up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. 1 on with 1 out, and that brings Marvin to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Single and a strikeout so far. First pitch catches the outside corner. That one catches the inside corner. Makes it an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Chief is 2 for 2, a single and a homer. His average now back to 400. Watches the first pitch bounce in as Nolasco's starting to get tired. Second pitch misses as well. Make it 3-0. Chief swings 3-0, and he does come up with the base hit out into right field. He will stop at first, but Kester will go on to third base. Runners on the corners for Terry, who watches that curveball bounce in. There's a called strike. Hits this one well foul. Fairly hard, but way foul. 1-2 count. He's behind on that pitch, and that will end the 5th inning. 3-0 Squirrels as we move into the 6th inning. Shaw will lead it off for Cincinnati. The Squirrels leading 3-0. Shaw has struck out in both at-bats so far today, which means he's a third of Graves' total strikeouts so far. Shaw with an 0-2 count here. He gets this one into fair play. Kester on to first. Not a hit, but it's better than a strikeout. Norris Hopper is 1 for 2 on the day. That pitch is a bit high. This one towards the middle, but not very hard. Joey gets it on the fly. 2 down. Derek Lee is 2 for 2. He's not getting a whole lot of help around him as he looks at strike 1. Oh, brushes back. Makes it 1-1. Fly ball. Joey goes just barely into the grass and makes the catch. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Frank's going to lead things off for the Squirrels, who still lead 3-0. Frank is 0 for 2. Hits this one pretty hard. It's going to stay in the yard. One hops the wall. He'll cruise in for a leadoff double. Well, that's going to be it for Nolasco.
Now coming up against the Reds, number 065, Great Lee.
So Lee, not Derek Lee, apparently Great Lee. It's one of the computer-generated AAA guys. He's on the mound. Nobody out in this inning. Apparently we got a knuckleballer on our hands. Tom's missed it twice. Hits this one just foul. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now, so here's Zach. Take his hacks at this knuckleball. First one is called a strike. This one is going to be popped up towards first. Derek Lee makes a over-the-shoulder catch. Joey at the plate then with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. They're going to intentionally walk him. Probably should put in Phil, but I kind of want to make him pay for walking Joey. So let's see if Quentin can put one over the fence. Quentin bats left-handed and hits a line drive up the middle. That does score Frank, makes it a 4-0 game. So here's Kester to try to widen it even more. 2 on, 2 outs. And he does get a base hit out into right field. Joey's going to try to score. And he will do so. 5-0 Squirrels. And here is Marvin. There are 2 outs. 2 on again. That knuckleball catches the outside corner. That one does not. A little bit further out. This one is inside. 2-1. Bounces in to make it 3-1. Ooh, sneaks in a fastball to make it a full count. Runners will be off. And we'll try it again. Runners off again. Marvin comes up empty, and that will end the 6th inning. So we'll go into the 7th. The Squirrels now leading 5-0. And the Reds will have Adam Dunn to lead things off. All right, leave Quentin in there. He'll move into right field, and we'll slide Zach over to center. All right, Jones will face Adam Dunn to start things off in the 7th inning. See, it's a weak grounder to third. Chief gets it to first in just enough time. Infield was playing Dunn back, which normally is a great idea. Beat him by half a step, maybe? Well, here's Edwin Encarnacion. He's 1 for 2. Grounds this one more sharply to third. More time for that throw. 2 away, and that will bring Thomas Perez to the plate. His 2nd at-bat of the day. I don't remember what he did, but I'm pretty sure he didn't get a hit. His first time up. This time he will, out into the right center gap. Quinton does a pretty good job keeping that at a single. So here's Eric Ibar. He's put the ball on the ground twice. Pops this one up. Chief is waiting for it, and he makes the catch. Stretch time. It's 5-0 Squirrels. Chief is going to lead off on the other side. All right, Chief's going to lead things off. He is 3 for 3, couple singles and a homer. First knuckleball breaks inside. And one goes outside. That one finds the strike zone. And there's a bounced in one, makes it 3-1. Whoever catches the corner, it's a full count. Into right field, right to Hopper though. One away, first time he's been retired today. Brings Terry to the plate. He is hitless today. His first knuckleball breaks inside. Swing and a miss to make it 1-1. Down and in, and follow that one with another one that bounces in. 3-1. Line drive, that'll get through the middle of the field. One on with one out. Here is Frank at the plate. Got a double his last time up. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So here is Tom. He is 1 for 3 so far. Singled and then struck out twice. First pitch is down and away. Called strike, and it looks like that's going to be it for Lee. Looks like something's happened to his elbow. So the Reds will turn to somebody sometime, I'm assuming. Barnwell. Don't think we've seen him, or if I do, I already forgot him. All right, Tom. Like I said, single and a couple strikeouts. Swings and misses at the first pitch here. Hits this one, but right to third. Encarnacion to first. That's the only out the Reds needed. So we go to the 8th inning. David Ross is going to lead it off for the Reds. It's a 5-0 game. Oh, which I guess actually means Jones gets a second inning. It's not a save situation anymore. Gets Ross to ground out in one pitch. So here's Barnwell going to get to hit for himself. Hitting 167, might well be 1 for 3. It's a 1-1 count. Looks at a ball outside. That one misses inside. It's 3-1. Here's a called strike. Full count, and it's ground off to third base. 1 down. Back to Shao. He's 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Gets his first hit of the game right back up the middle. Here's Hopper. He's 1 for 3. Hits a ground ball to second, and Kester will take care of that. Still 5-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Zach is going to lead things off. Zach looks at a ball outside, then one down in the dirt to make it 2-0. There's a called strike. This is down and away. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Or no, sorry, only strike 2. It's full count. That's strike 3. 1 down. Here is Joey. He was intentionally walked last time, so that leaves him at 1 for 2. Swings and misses. Which is down and out. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1-2. Strike 3. That is it for the... Well, that's for the second out. Sorry, I'm falling apart over here. I really should have used the in-game guy, but far too late into it now. Quinton has a 1-1 count. Looks at that ball high. And that one's low. 3-1. Swing and a miss fills the count with nobody on base and 2 outs. And Quinton will draw up the first walk of the game, I think. So here's Kester. He looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Hits this one to Perez, and that will end the inning. So we go to the 9th. The Reds need 5 to stay alive. They are going to start off with Derek Lee at the plate.
Number 25. Lee. Your attention, please.
Brought Phil on to play defense. Zap's going to come in to try to finish this off.
23-7.
Derek Lee is 2 for 3 today. Grounds this one, a high hop to Joey. 1 away. Here comes Adam Dunn. He is 0 for 3.
Adam Dunn.
Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Foul tip for strike 3. Reds down to their last out. It's Edwin Encarnacion. Did get a base hit his first time up. Does not chase that pitch. And that one is outside. 2-0. There's a called strike. Ground ball, but it's fouled in the third base line. Makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is your ball game. Final score today: Cincinnati Reds 0, Indianapolis Squirrels 5. We will take a look at some highlights here momentarily. All right, Joey is your player of the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you want to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We'll be back here tomorrow in Atlanta. See you then.